Hawks, I'm Allie Bennett.
And I'm Dylan Ryman.
And you're watching Hawk Talk. Hey Dylan, have you heard about Mr. Canny and his love for birds?
Well, yes, I have.
Well, for those who haven't, let's check out this story.
In 1968, Yorba Linda was designated a bird sanctuary by the City Council, and since then, birdwatching and feeding has expanded throughout the community and even into El Dorado High School. One of our physics and chemistry teachers, Mr. Canny, maintains a bird feeder on campus outside of his classroom.
My interest in birds was sparked by going hiking up in the mountains and seeing a lot of birds up in the mountains and wondering not just what their name was, but what their life cycle was like, what they were eating, why they behaved the way they did. There's two things that I do to help birds on campus. One is I maintain a bird feeder outside my room in the Nature Center. There were house finches using it this morning. Another thing I do is I help with the bluebird nesting box. It's behind the science building about 20 feet up in a pine tree. And the bluebirds really like it. They do not build a nest on branches. They need a cavity, like an old woodpecker hole, to build a nest inside of. And so since there aren't very many woodpecker nests around, it helps to have these bluebird boxes for the babies to be raised in.
Bird feeding is a fun and easy way to connect to the natural world while still helping the ecosystem.
Hey, have you heard of sportsmen doing this season?
No, I haven't. Let's go take a look.
Swim lost last week against Brea. They had a meet yesterday against Villa Park.
Last Wednesday, boys golf won against Brea 210 to 236. Their next match is today against Esperanza. Go get 'em, Hawks.
Last Friday, boys lacrosse played Tustin and won with a score of 13-1. Yesterday, they played Valencia, and we will have those scores for you next week.
Boys volleyball crushed Elmo 3-0 last week. Their next game is April 10th.
Last Saturday, varsity baseball went against Hoover 4-2. Next Monday, they will be hosting the National Tournament Classic.
Softball didn't play last week, but they play against Northwood and Lakewood on Saturday.
Last week, track's meet got rained out, but they have a meet against Elmo today. Good luck, Hawks.
The esports team won against Edison 2-1 last Wednesday, putting them into the playoffs.
On Friday, girls lacrosse won against Sage Hill with a score of 18-2. Today, they play Esperanza at home at 4:30. Go get 'em, Hawks.
Last week, boys tennis played against Foothill and lost with a score of 2-16. They also played their first serve tournament, which they won 38-37. This week, they played Yorba Linda and lost 2-16.
Hey Kiana, have you heard how our photography students are doing recently?
No, I haven't, but this next story shows it all.
Today, we talked with some sophomores from the Digital Media Arts Academy studying photo about their photography experience and any insight they have for an aspiring photographer.
I've been taking pictures for about 5 years now. I used to use my mom's old camera, but then I got a couple of my own, so I've been taking photos for myself for the past 3 years. My favorite part about photography would be the editing process, because you can turn any photo, no matter what it is, into something completely new and creative. I like to find inspiration in other photographers, and I like combining all the things that I find from other photographers and making my own unique style, different from what other people are getting. I've been taking pictures for about 3 years. My favorite part about photography is taking the pictures and being in the moment. If you're interested in photography, I would advise just having fun with it, developing your own style, and being creative with it, and just have fun.
I've been taking pictures since 7th grade. That's when I really got into it. I enjoy both the modeling side and taking pictures. I think it's very different. I really like the modeling side because you get to help another photographer create their vision, but then I also like being the photographer because you get to kind of express yourself. The advice I would give to somebody starting photography is to start even if you don't have a camera, because I don't think that should set you back, because you can still find your style and you can start experimenting with things, and then once you buy one, then you can just take better quality ones.
I've been taking pictures for about 3 years. I started in 7th grade. I like going at different angles, not just going straight on at the person who I'm taking photos of. I like going below or above them, and I really like a more retro style, more vintage, and warmer colors and stuff like that. The advice I'd give to future photographers is to just be confident in your work and be open to trying new styles, because one style might not work for you, and you just have to be open to people's critiques and judgments on your photos, because that's what helps you get better.
Kiana.
It's not extra N's, it's extra A's.
You're right, let's take a look at this week's announcements.
Wagner Elementary School is in need of volunteers to help with their carnival on April 20th from 2:30 to 6:30. If interested, contact the email on the screen.
Titan Youth Sports Camp on the campus of Cal State Fullerton is in need of volunteers for their 9-week program beginning in June and ending in August. They specialize in recreation and sports activities for ages 4 to 12. If interested, contact the email on the screen.
Volunteers are needed to work Linda Vista School Carnival on April 20th from 2 o'clock to 6 p.m. If interested, contact the number you see on screen.
Come support Eldorado's ASB Thursday at Jersey Mike's on Rose Drive at 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Just present the flyer in person or on your phone, and 20% of the proceeds will come back to the ASB.
Link crew applications are due by March 30th in room 208.
To all DMAA students, unfortunately we did not have everyone in attendance for the yearbook photo last week. The DMAA department will hold a makeup photo session today at lunch, out in front of the DMA building.
Come support our girls softball team by buying an auto pop socket this week. They are only $10.
Prism is April 13th and 14th at 7 p.m. in the PAC. Tickets for the Hawk Nest will be available for purchase for either night of the 13th at lunch for only $5. They are also for the sale at the box office at night of the performance.
Do you love to write? Would you like to be published? Now is your chance in the award-winning EDH's Creative Writing Journal. Currently accepting poems, short stories, artwork, lyrics, essays, and excerpts of novels and screenplays. All submissions should be sent to Ms. Wolf at the email below. Submission deadline is April 13th.
March Madness Finals. The finals are today at lunch.
Prom tickets go on sale the Tuesday we return from spring break. Get yours at the early bird ticket price at April 10th to 13th. $70 with ASB, $80 without ASB.
Physics Chem Club. There's a meeting Thursday at lunch in room 708.
Dance team tryouts are just around the corner. Tryout dates are April 17th to 19th. See Mrs. Lawson for a tryout packet or if you have any questions.
Hey, have you ever had Gartner?
No, have you?
No, I haven't, but I heard she really likes Zootopia.
Let's take a look at this next story.
I love Zootopia, first of all, because it's a happy movie, and every time I watch it, I laugh like crazy because there's a lot of funny things in it. I like the story behind it. I relate it in that math is really hard, especially Algebra 2, and I think there's like in the song that goes with it, Try Everything, she says, the song says, I won't give up, I won't give in till I reach the end and then I'll start again. I won't leave, I want to try everything, even though I could fail. And I think a lot of times with math, kids try and they think they should get it right the first time, but it doesn't happen. And so that they need to realize that they need to keep trying. My other favorite part of the song is birds saying, birds just don't fly, they fall down and they get up. And then the best part of all is nobody learns without getting it wrong. And in math, you get it wrong a lot before you get it right. So that's how I see how it relates to mathematics. At the end of the school year, when kids make it all the way through, they get their bunnies back, and we have like a little graduation. The bunny gets her badge, but not just the bunny, but the students get their badge too. That's my favorite part. I will be using this next year and probably the year after. I think it's good. The story is good. I think the concept of no one learns without getting it wrong is very important, and not to give up. And yes, so I will be using it again.
Have a great spring break, Hawks.
Showing you I love you, cause going out is getting old. I'ma make breakfast, going out is getting old. Oh, getting old, getting old, getting old, getting old, like, yeah. Showing you I love you, cause going out is getting old, oh, yeah, yeah.